All right, so we're setting up display boards at our new automotive location here. So we got the Solstice, the Endeavor, and then the Vortex. So this video, I'm gonna go over how to set up these display boards and how to get them set up pretty much damn near perfectly. These aren't perfect. I'm gonna go over all those as well. So what I did is I took a laser measure and I just hit a straight line, and then I marked them off. The one thing I did do is that these boards are actually 19 3/4, but the problem is that they have inserts. So the actual true width of these with the insert in is 22 inches. So keep that in mind. So I would have came like an inch off here, and then I would have gone 22 inches from here to here. And then gave me like an inch space, and then another 22, and then an inch space, and then another 22. Because then that way, these display boards with the slides in would have given me space from here. And then that way they would have been an inch away, because right now, when I put this sample piece in here, like this, I have overlap here now. And this is overlapping over the door. So learn from my mistake, measure out 22 inches for these display boards from SolarGuard, and then give yourself, you know, maybe an inch between each one, and that way they'll be spaced out correctly. So that was my first mistake. So learn from me. So what I ended up doing is I ended up putting a laser measure and then basically marking the top and the side. Now before, I used to like measure an inch in and an inch in, and then I'd set the hole, but then that was not like even it was still off. So this time what I ended up doing, let me take this here, is once you get your straight line on top and you know where you're gonna go left and right, just go ahead and put your board right on top. So line up the top and line it up left and right exactly where you want it, but maybe have a second person hold it, and then just hold the board and then just put a center punch right in the middle of the hole. That's the easiest way. I've done it where like I try to measure out all 4 corners and it still comes off, and it's a lot of work. This is the easiest way. And then I went ahead and I have like this this anchor set. So it comes with a drill bit. So you drill the bit in and you sink the anchor, and then you're all pretty much set to put the board in itself. So that's pretty much what I did here. So we're gonna go ahead and put the last one on. And what do I need? You need 4 screws. So all of these come with 2 rubbers on the screw portion, this portion right here, and they're supposed to go on the screw portion right here, so when you go in, that you don't tear apart the acrylic. I got a couple of these boards a while ago and lost them, so just keep an eye on them. All right, so where's my drill bit? There it is. So these sets come in, I believe, like this, and they're gonna be wrapped up on the board. So just unscrew them. Make sure to not forget the rubber pieces, and we're just gonna focus on this right now. Put a screw in the middle, line them up, send them home. I'd say the longest part of getting these boards up is making sure that they're level and then that your spacing is accurate, because once you do all that, it's pretty much plug and play at that point. So those are in. I mean, these are overkill. These are overkill on the anchors for me. I mean, this might weigh 3 pounds, and each anchor holds 35 pounds. So you don't have to get heavy duty anchors. It's just what I have on hand. But I would definitely suggest to put an anchor and not just drill it into the drywall, because it'll rip out eventually. Like these are in here solid. Like I'm not pulling that out. All right, so once the anchors are in, then I'm doing this solo. It might help if you have a second person, but what I like to do is line up the holes first for that, and then go ahead and line this up. Don't forget, as you're lining this up, top of the sign's right there, and then the hooks are down. Don't do it that way because it's gonna be wrong. You out of here?
Yep.
Bye, baby. Bye, baby. Good to see you, Mama.
You too. Have a good one.
Have a good one. All right. So we just line up the holes. Makes it super easy. Boom. And then from here, I will grab one of these. And just make sure just at least one of the rubbers is on there. You can have two if you want, but at least one, and then that'll kind of protect the metal from the screw, from screwing up the acrylic. And you just need the top too for right now. That way it'll pretty much hold it together. And we're up. When you screw it in, just get it threaded and get it going. If you're off by a little bit on your punch holes, it's okay, but if you slam them in, then you don't have a lot of wiggle room on that side, on the bottom ones. Boom. Just like that. That worked out. And then once you get all four in, then slam them home. Boom, just like that. And they are now professionally installed. They're not just hanging by nails. They look really clean. I have the Vortex there. The Endeavor display board was actually my new display board, so I have to put samples there. Best thing to do is take measurements and cut it on a plotter. If you don't have a plotter, cut it by hand and try to cut it straight as best you can. I cut these by hand. I don't think I had a plotter at the time, but I am gonna cut squares on the plotter there. So as you can see, because I didn't measure 22.5 or 22, I measured only 19 3/4. Now I have overlap. Like this display is overlapping this one. So probably don't want to do that. So I'm learning from that. But yeah, now we have the Solstice, the Endeavor, and the Vortex. And we're pretty much set up here. Now we can run demos for clients. Some things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the heat rejection amounts for the 15% and the warranty time frame over each one, just as kind of an easier visual. You're gonna see the different colors. The Solstice, we're only gonna offer in 3 shades, but the Endeavor, we're gonna offer 5, 15, and 30, and then we're also gonna offer 50 in clear for windshields. Same thing for the Vortex, that way they have a couple lineup options in regards to windshields. And then that's pretty much it. And now we have our demo boards up, and we'll go through the demo, and once we go through the demo, we'll go straight into the heat lamp demo from there. And this will give us the best setup to either upsell or sell or anything like that. So if you guys have any questions, hit it up in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.